back to another weekly episode of Layers of Peace Collage Art by Treva. Right now in this moment, I would like to thank all of you for taking time to view and share my videos, subscribe, and tune into my channel. I would like to extend a special note of gratitude to the Layers of Peace Collage Art community for your support and patience during my break from YouTube. I have a few updates that I would like to share. With excitement and giddy anticipation, I want to announce that my collage art is now featured on the walls at Fix Coffee, a local Houston favorite. And alongside my featured art, I have collage prints, cards, and framed art available for sale. Also, 2 of my collages were chosen to be shown in the 2024 Plantasia Botanical Art Show, which showcases a lush, verdant multimedia art mix of all things plants, foliage, and flora at the Hardy and Nance Art Studios. This week's collage inspiration came by way of the many shades of tropical turquoise, as well as this billowy, breezy, feel the tropical wind in your hair fashionista with a stance so majestically regal, poised, and assured, who captured my immediate attention. The multiple shades of turquoise she is donning allows for sentiments of calmness, clarity, balance, relaxation, and serenity to both flow and linger. At first glance, one might think she is wearing a pants jumpsuit with a flowing cape, but with a closer, keener eye, you can see that she is adorning a multi-tone turquoise flowing dress as she poses with her foot on the step above. This visual inspiration is serving up an effortless look of cascading strength and confidence. One can't help but feel the wind, smell the salty sea breeze in the air, and dream of Caribbean island vacations where every shade of turquoise dwells in the air, land, and sea. When cutting out visuals that have shadows or darker backgrounds that blend into the objects, it is important for collage artists to use their own autonomous decision-making for deciding what to keep, what to cut away, and what to create with your scissors. Notice how I'm cutting out my focal image's shoes and bottom of her dress, giving them artist-created shapes due to the heavily shadow blending nature of this picture. One of my go-to organizational strategies as a collage artist is storing images, textures, photographs, and paper scraps by color and collecting them all inside of labeled folders. It is amazing to me how just one color and one image can fire up the senses and lead one through a happy abyss of searching for additional visual intrigue. As you can see, I'm using my collage inspiration as a color reference point to see which items in my color folder will complement and bring out the turquoise best for the collages I will be making. Using color folders as an organizational strategy allows me to enter into my artistic zone of making visuals that have never been created or even thought of. For me, creating collages is succinctly synonymous to solving puzzles. To put together independent images, objects, and pieces to form unimagined and surprising connections is absolutely thrilling and captivating. I like to peruse each piece inside of my folders from beginning to end. There's an electrifying joy and giddy curiosity that bubbles to the surface when I run across images that leap out and grab my attention. And when this notion happens, I let my imagination breeze through a Rolodex of possibilities, and all of this is done with no pressure on myself. I'm in search of that spark, and it's okay if that spark comes frequently or infrequently, quickly or even slowly. It's all about the process of searching and using this process to my artistic advantage. Good ideas are always in search of people who are searching for them. So being patient, positive, curious, and open is the best way to keep attracting good ideas. Now we are at the part of the collage making process where we can take a closer look at all that has been chosen from the Peacock, Lagoon, and other turquoise colors file folder. I see this process an act of selecting embellishments for a collage, similarly to how poets select and choose what will be included in a poetical piece of creatively written poetry. Embellishments make the collages come alive by igniting the senses with memories, with emotions, and with fresh, unexpected, and at times random ideas. They help the artist and viewers make connections through shared experiences and stories. They contribute to the overall feel and purpose of a collage, just like all the parts and pieces that are needed for a poem to have life. A collage is simply a whole, pieced together, layer by layer. Both collages and poems have proclivities and idiosyncrasies that exist within and throughout the work because of the creative energy and eclecticism of artists and poets. Embellishments are the main source of uniquely made artistic decisions, which in turn are the forces behind the magnetic pull of a collage, allowing all to see a collage in multiple ways, both as a whole and as the individual pieces within the whole. Collage artists are always in search of visual intrigue, and we are always in need of creative storage and sorting ideas. So with this in mind, one of my favorite storage and sorting strategies that I employ for my collection of visual intrigue possibilities is using large 3 and 4 inch binders with clear plastic sheet protectors. With the help of each sheet protector, I am able to sort items that 1, have already been meticulously cut out and trimmed, 2, that are too small and might get lost in my color folders, and 3, that are naturally and magnetically drawn to each other, forming instantaneous connections that I would like to explore in possible future collages. Sheet protectors are the perfect sorter and storage option to help maintain the crispness and smoothness of paper, helping to keep fragility, creases, and dulled edges at bay. Additionally, sheet protectors are also a great way to avoid smudges and fingerprint oils on delicate vintage paper cutouts. When I flip through my collections in my sorted binders, I feel as though I'm on a shopping spree, finding unbeatable, one-of-a-kind treasures. I encourage you to try out this sorting and storage strategy. Having these binders can help alleviate feelings of being overwhelmed by cutting your time immensely, allowing you to find visual intrigue and embellishments quickly by subject and or concepts. After flipping through my sorted sheet protectors, you can see that I have come across my collection of jewels and gemstones. There is something illustriously radiant and captivating with the sparkle and geometric cuts of gemstones, and I would like to see if I have a few aquamarine and topaz gems that would enrich my collage composing experience with lavish luxury and opulence. backgrounds are the foundational support and atmospheric habitat for building collages. It is the home base for all objects, images, and visual intrigue to coexist and connect. And I have found 4 suitable options for my Lagoon Breeze Treasure Trove Collage Series. The first option is a turquoise horizon and oceanic lagoon view with a bit of coral reef peeking above the Caribbean Sea surface. With each turn of the background, I get a glimpse of how I could possibly construct my collages both horizontally and vertically before settling on a view vantage point that feels best. The second option offers an aerial lagoon view of an island's coast where you can see the depths and the shallows of the ocean. The third option is a nighttime underwater picture of a sea fan attached to a piece of coral reef where the shades of sea foam are on full display. The last option is a bit more compact. It's a seascape view of a lagoon's underwater terrain beneath a stacked tropical turquoise horizon stretching from left to right. The decision to alter collage inspiration images makes way for creativity and unexpected ideas to take collage making to new levels. Upon finding and cutting out some aquamarine and topaz gemstones, I came across 3 dazzling and gleaming jewels that I instantly wanted to replace the head of the focal subject image, which in turn allows for anonymity to flourish, and it also allows wonder to travel without limits inside of the minds of onlookers. I decided to try out all 3 before selecting the one with the most befitting look and size. The almost sapphire sparkle and bronze geometric framing of the last chosen gemstone turned out to be a lavishly polished, posh accessory, exuding elegance overflowing. Now it's time for the part of the collage making process where there are no limits, no rules, and no restrictions, the composing phase. This is the time when collage artists get to play and move things around, creating fresh visuals that strike chords of wonder, epiphanies, and unexpected connections. The first background offers a perfectly perched piece of exposed coral reef that can be used as a step for our subject image's lifted foot. So I opted to use this as a foundational start to build upon. Additionally, the glimmering glow of the horizon plays well with many of the shiny, radiant embellishments that have been cut out. So let's see what visual options appear and materialize. option number 2 yields a seafoam haze across the horizon that makes for interesting shadows and highlights for the embellishments in focal image to interact with, allowing a suspended in midair feeling for all of the possible collage combinations. The multiple shades of turquoise in the background permits a wide spectrum range of hues, tints, and tones to be diversely showcased. The versatility of this skyscape background offers ease in composing collage layouts that are both portrait and landscape presentations. Background option number 3 offers a contrast from daylight as it showcases a submerged nighttime image of a sea fan atop a piece of coral reef. The web-like intricate feathers that extend diagonally offers an interesting abstract visual of vein-like lines. The darker background also yields itself to helping lighter shades of turquoise stand out and glow. To help remove a piece of original background from the tassel, I like to use my X-Acto crafting tool and my detail scissors to trim away pieces that no longer serve the new vision I am creating. This artistic decision allows for an in-sync meshing of collage content and the sea fan background. The fourth and final background is a compact linear turquoise seascape and skyscape. This background's horizontal layers of vividly popping colors are a dream to work with. There is an unmistakable magic and calming effect to the shades of turquoise found all around and throughout the Caribbean islands. Sunlight is what makes the various turquoise colors gleam and almost appear effervescent. And this is what I would like to use to my artistic advantage while structuring and composing visual possibilities that are simply refreshing and unforgettable. Smaller area spaces to work with can yield some uniquely eclectic combinations, allowing the background as well as the cutouts equal opportunities to shine and collaborate. Now it is time for a final look at all of the collages I was able to create, inspired by the many shades of turquoise, coupled with the serenity and tranquility of an island lagoon breeze treasure trove. Special thanks to all of you who have chosen to tune in for today's video. I do hope that you'll join me for next week, in which I'll be bringing in something new and fresh that has inspired me to create.